I'll handle all radio communication on this flight. You'll handle the flying. All set? I'll call for our clearance. Good morning, Schiphol clearance delivery, World Travel 293 IFR to Heathrow.
World Travel 293, clear to London Heathrow Airport as filed. Climb and maintain 6000. Expect flight level 260, 5 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 119.05, squawk 0034.
Clear to Heathrow is filed. Climb and maintain 6000. Expect flight level 260, 5 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 119.05, squawk 0034.
World Travel 293, read back correct. Expect runway 24 and contact ground on 121.7 when ready to taxi.
We'll expect 24 and contact ground. Thanks. All right, we're cleared as file with an initial altitude of 6,000 feet. We're ready to go, so I'll get our taxi clearance. Schiphol ground, World Travel 293 with Papa, ready to taxi, IFR.
World Travel 293, taxi to runway 24 via taxiways Alpha 9, Bravo, Echo 1. Altimeter 2921.
24 via Alpha 9, Bravo, Echo 1, World Travel 293. Okay, we've been cleared to taxi to runway 24 using taxiways Alpha 9, Bravo, and Echo 1. Initiate pushback and I'll make a call to the cabin. Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, this is your first officer speaking. We're beginning our taxi and expect to be first in line for takeoff. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for departure. Taxi checklist. Flaps set to 5. Trim set for takeoff. Taxi checklist completed. All right, hold short here and I'll get our takeoff clearance. Schiphol Tower, World Travel 293, holding short runway 24, ready to go.
World Travel 293, wind 23015, runway 24, cleared for takeoff. Fly runway heading.
And clear for takeoff, World Travel 293. Okay, before takeoff checklist. Engine start switches, set to continuous. Flaps, set to 5. And before takeoff checklist complete. All right, turn on the landing lights and strobes and let's go. After takeoff, fly runway heading and climb to 6,000 feet. positive rate, gear up.
World Travel 293, contact departure.
World Travel 293, switching. Thanks. Flaps up and accelerate to 250 knots. Ski full departure, World Travel 293 is with you, climbing to 6,000. Let's run through the after takeoff checklist.
World Travel 293, roger.
Landing gear, up. Flaps, up. Engine start switches set to off. After takeoff checklist complete.
World Travel 293, turn left, heading 225, proceed on course. Climb and maintain 12,000.
Left to 225, then on course and up to 12,000. World Travel 293. Okay, turn left to 225 degrees, then join our flight plan route and climb to 12,000 feet. Flight deck, go ahead.
Just wanted to let you know that one of our passengers isn't feeling well. There's a doctor on board, so he's being treated. We'll keep you posted.
Okay, thanks for letting us know.
Orbit 526, turn left heading 200.
Left to 200, orbit 567.
World Travel 293, contact Amsterdam Center on 123.85.
123.85 for World Travel 293. Amsterdam Center, World Travel 293, climbing to 12,000.
World Travel 293, Amsterdam Center, continue on course, altimeter 2921. World Travel 293, climb and maintain flight level 220.
Climbing to flight level 220, World Travel 293. Well, we're cleared up to 22,000 feet now, so let's keep climbing. Okay, we're passing 10,000 feet, so we can turn the landing lights off. We should leave the seatbelt sign on, though, until we get out of these clouds, just in case it gets a little choppy.
Landmark 11, contact Rotterdam approach now on 127.02. Landmark 11, we'll see you.
Flight deck, go ahead.
The doctor says the sick passenger is having a heart attack.
Okay, well, so I assume he thinks we need to get him to a hospital.
Yes, sir. He says he needs to get to hospital immediately.
Okay, thanks. We'll let you know what we decide to do. Well, looks like we should divert to the closest airport with a hospital. Rotterdam is just behind us, and we'll be able to get in and out of there quickly. I'll call dispatch. World Travel Dispatch, World Travel 293.
World Travel 293 dispatch, go ahead.
We're just off Amsterdam for London. One of our passengers is having a heart attack and a doctor on board says he needs immediate medical attention. We're planning on diverting to Rotterdam.
World Travel 293, stand by. World Travel 293, roger. We'll call ahead and have paramedics meet you at the gate.
Okay, thank you. We'll divert to Rotterdam. We'll advise when on the ground. World Travel 293. So let's divert to Rotterdam. Identifier Echo Hotel Romeo Delta. Hopefully we can get in there quickly. I'll notify ATC. Amsterdam Center, World Travel 293, has a passenger with a medical emergency. Request diversion to Rotterdam.
World Travel 293, roger. Descend and maintain 2000.
Down to 2,000. World Travel 293. Okay, descend to 2,000 feet.
World Travel 293, contact Rotterdam approach now on 127.02.
World Travel 293.
Sync rate.
Thanks for the help. Rotterdam approach, World Travel 293, descending to 2,000. Diversion to Rotterdam for a medical emergency.
World Travel 293, roger. Rotterdam altimeter 29.21. Proceed direct to the Rotterdam Romeo Oscar Tango NDB. Expect factors for the ILS runway 24 approach.
Direct to Rotterdam Romeo Oscar Tango NDB, World Travel 293. Okay, let's turn around and fly to the Rotterdam NDB, identifier ROT, frequency 350.5. From there we'll get vectors for the ILS. I'll notify the flight attendants.
Forward cabin, go ahead.
We're diverting to Rotterdam, so please prepare the cabin.
Okay, good to hear. I'll tell the doctor and we'll get the cabin ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your first officer speaking. We have a passenger with a medical emergency on board, so we're diverting to Rotterdam. We should be on the ground in just a few minutes. Once the passenger is off board, we'll continue on to London as soon as possible. Thank you for your patience. Flight attendants, prepare for landing. Feet. Slow to 250 knots. Turn on the landing lights and the fasten seatbelt sign. Approach checklist. Altimeter set to 29.21. Speeds set. At our current weight, we'll want to fly the approach at 145 knots. Approach brief. The frequency for the runway 24 ILS is 108.3, and the course setting is 239er. Get yourself set up for the approach. Approach checklist complete.
2,500.
World Travel 293, fly heading 050 to the Rotterdam Romeo NDB. Reduce speed to 180 knots.
050 to the NDB and slowing to 180. World Travel 293. Okay, bring us around to 050 degrees, which will take us to the Rotterdam Romeo NDB, and slow to 180 knots. Set flaps 5.
World Travel 293, turn left heading 270. Maintain 2000 until established on the localizer. Cleared ILS runway 24 approach. Contact tower on 118.2 at the marker.
Cleared for the approach tower at the marker, World Travel 293. Okay, turn left to 270 degrees and intercept the ILS. Maintain 2,000 feet until we're established on the localizer.
Sync rate.
Sync rate.
Sync rate.
Sync rate.
Glide slope.
Gear down, set full flap, slow to 145
Glide slope.
knots.
Don't sync.
Rotterdam
Glide
Tower,
slope.
World Travel 293 on the ILS
Don't sink.
424.
World Travel
Glide
293,
slope.
wind 251 at 17,
Don't
runway
sink.
24, clear to land.
Glide
Clear
slope.
to land, World Travel 293.
Glide
Flight
slope.
attendants, please be seated for landing. Here we go. Landing
Glide
checklist.
slope.
Gear down.
Glide slope.
Flaps set to full.
Glide slope.
Speed brakes armed. Auto brakes set to 3. Landing checklist complete.
$500. $400. $300. $200. $100. Minimums 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
World Travel 293, turn next taxiway, contact ground on 122.17.
World Travel 293. Rotterdam ground, World Travel 293, off 24, taxi to the gate.
World Travel 293, taxi to parking on the east side of the terminal at the base of the control tower. An ambulance is standing by.
Taxi to the east side of the terminal, World Travel 293. Okay, let's taxi over to the ambulance on the east side of the terminal building. After landing, checklist. Landing lights off. Engine start switches off. Flaps up. Speed brake down. Auto brake off. After landing checklist complete.